around?
So I'm a adult volunteer with Scouts on the Isle of Man. I'm a local volunteer in Onchan. I was very fortunate to be appointed as the unit leader of the Isle of Man unit for the World Scout Jamboree. So in 2 years' time, we're going to be jetting off to Gdansk in northern Poland for the World Scout Jamboree, and we'll be taking 9 scouts with us on that experience.
What a brilliant opportunity. And you would know what a great opportunity it is because you have been to one of these.
I have, yes. So I went in 2015. I went to Japan as a young member, and that was an incredible experience. And it's hard to put into words what a jamboree is effectively. It's like a big, massive camp, but you've got about 45,000 scouts from so many countries from all over the world all converging in one place, and it's an incredible opportunity for young people really to understand different cultures, and also each jamboree has its own theme, and the theme of this forthcoming jamboree is to be brave and bravely, and it's really about empowering young people to act bravely for the future of the world and things about issues that matter to them, so like the climate and global warming and things like that.
And, you know, the whole, the history of the Scouts really has always promoted that, hasn't it, in some way, shape or form, because it's about friendship, it's also camaraderie, but it's also about getting involved in nature and the outdoor activities and strength in that respect as well.
It is, and we're so lucky to live on a beautiful island like here where we have nature on our front door. Like I was co-steering last night up in Mackle. So,
as you do.
As you do. So it's really good, and certainly I put down a lot of what Scouts is to how I am now, really, because Scouts teaches you so many different skills. It's not just about lighting fires and stuff like that, but it's also about loads of like life skills, not just for the young people, but also for leaders and volunteers themselves. A lot of the ability I think I have to talk now, to communicate, and like teamwork skills, I do put a lot of that down to Scouts. So yeah, it's an incredible organisation to be part of.
How has it changed over the years you've been involved?
It has. So it's gone through a couple of changes. Well, it's gone many changes since it was founded over 100 and something years ago. Certainly since I've been involved, it's always progressing in terms of the kind of like badges and things that we do. So it recently went through a bit of a change where we now refer to leaders as volunteers as such, and we all volunteer our time with Scouts. But it always continues and moves with the times, particularly in terms of our digital age, and there's all sorts of badges about computer programming and all sorts of technology. So it really, Scouts keeps pace with change in a really positive way.
And actually saying that, for this forthcoming Jamboree, it's a little bit different this year for the Manx contingent, isn't it? Because you're combining forces.
It is. So usually what happens with the Jamboree, so when I went in 2015 to Japan, we normally sort of like bolt on to an area in the UK. So for us it was Merseyside. In previous years it's been Cheshire and other sort of counties of that size. What they're doing this time around, which is quite unique and quite interesting, is the unit. So it's going to have 36 young people and 4 leaders. So we're going to have a unit from the Isle of Man, Guernsey, Jersey and the British Overseas Territories. We think it's going to be Cayman and Bermuda, but that's not confirmed yet. But yeah.
Now, that sounds very exciting in itself. So when they get there, what will actually happen? What will they do?
So it's to answer that question, there's actually a bit before it as well. So the whole 2-year process also is involved, because they've got obviously fundraising, and I'm sure we'll touch on that in a second. But it's working out those teamwork skills in the lead up, obviously working with all the other young people from all the different islands, which is going to be an incredible opportunity, and get to them before they go. Once they get there, there's usually the Jamboree itself, which is the main event that we've been speaking about. And then on the other side of that, there's usually a sort of city experience, so somewhere in Poland as well. And there's usually also like a home hospitality. So for me, I stayed with a Japanese family when I went to Japan for about 4 days, which was an incredible experience. And as I say, for me, it's almost a part of giving back in a way. And I think it's really important. But it's an incredible international experience for young people.
And as you say, the cost of attending it is going to be fully covered, isn't it, because of fundraising? Tell us a bit about that. It
is. So it's a big challenge. So over the next 2 years, so the total cost of the Jamboree is £35,000. So it's a big fundraising target. It's a lot of work. So we're currently in the process of selecting are young people, so applications are still open. Once we've got those young people selected, it's then all hands to the deck really in terms of over the next 2 years, and there's all sorts of bake sales and everything else going on, any kind of which way we can fundraise, and we will. And we are really not necessarily financial support, but anybody who can support us in any way possible, and we're really open for any kind of offers of help.
Okay, well, on that note then, if someone wants to support you, how do they get in touch?
So the easiest way is just to go to the Scouts Isle of Man Facebook page. Our pinned post at the moment has got all the Jamboree details on there as well, so they can head straight there. Also, you can just drop me an email as well, mark.o'connor with no apostrophe at scouts.im is also an easy way to get hold of me.
And what about the Scouts themselves? Who can go on this and how do they apply?
So it's open to Scouts on the Isle of Man. That's obviously quite an important first tick on the box. But in order to go, you have to be born between the 30th of July 2009 and 30 July 2013. The reason for that is because there's very strict deadlines and times that's set by the World Organisation of Scout Movement. So basically, you have to be 14 and 18 when we're actually on the Jamboree site itself. But it's open to all Scouts on the Isle of Man. We've had a good number of applications so far to pick our 9. It's still open. The applications are open till the 26th of September on the Friday. We've got a information evening. I'm getting all the points here. We've got an information evening the week before on Friday, the 19th of September at 2nd Onchan Scout Hall, starting at 7:30 p.m. And that'll just be a chance for me to explain what the Jamboree is. We'll also hear from previous participants as well about their experience. So if anybody's got any questions before they click that submit button, they can ask us then.